In this podcast, we'll take a look at Section 1 of the online course assessment rubric, Required Course Site Elements. Section 1 of the online assessment rubric is Required Course Site Elements. These were things that were pulled out of the original rubric, and there are things that are put onto this page. They're required, they have to be in your course. There's very few examples of times when some of this information is not required, and you'll notice we do have a column for not applicable. A lot of this information is found in the syllabus, but it is a best practice to provide important information in multiple places in the course. And this would put this information a second time into your course for a lot of it. As I said, a lot of it's going to be in your syllabus, but this information would then be duplicated within D2L in another place. And what we've identified as a best practice for this section is the use of the course information module. And basically all the elements on page 1 here are pretty much included in that course information module. And that module can be imported into your course. There's lots of boilerplate information in there that you can tweak. There are policies and things that you can replace with your own. But it's set up so everybody doesn't have to recreate the wheel. And it also sets up a fairly standardized course information area, so when a student comes into a course, they know where to look for information about the instructor, about the course, due dates, and those kinds of things. So you'll notice the first thing here on this page is a welcome message is included. Generally, that's going to include something in the announcement page. So when the students come into the course homepage, in announcements, there would be something pointing them to how to get started. Maybe your entire welcome message is there in announcements. That's fine. But maybe you've got them pointed to another area where they're going to find that introductory material on how to get started in your course. Either way, you've got to have something there letting the students know what they need to do to get started. Also, there's an area called course information. This is information mostly found in the syllabus already, but this would be duplicated in the course information module. We have identified for this section as a best practice the use of the course information module. There's information on the Teaching and Learning Center website. There's also information in the D2L users group on how to download and import this course information module into your course and then make the changes to it that are necessary to customize it for your course. And basically there are pages within that module, staff information, which is the next section down. It also has a place for information about the textbook, required software. There's also a page for policies. And by default, there is a plagiarism statement and a statement about how quickly you'll return email and phone calls to the student. You can replace those with your own policies, or you can use the ones that are included in the course information module. There's also a link out to the college's netiquette statement. If you want to put in your own statement, that's fine. Otherwise, you can use the link out to the college site. The one thing that is not included is the technical support right here, that's listed right here. Now, you probably want to break down this information for technical support in a way that you let the students know if they're having trouble with logins and things like that, they need to contact the IT student help desk. If they're having trouble with tools within the system not functioning properly, then you probably want to point them to the D2L administrators. Otherwise, if it's content and things, you need to let them know they need to talk to you about that. That neither the IT help desk nor the D2L administrators are going to be able to help them with the content or the types of activities or assessments that you have in your course. Now, if one of them's not functioning properly, then that would be fine to send them to the D2L administrators. The last thing in that subsection is a tentative course schedule. The tentative course schedule could be taken from your syllabus, but it would be a restatement of that schedule separate from the syllabus. And this may be more detailed with actual due dates and things as well. Then under staff information or profile, all of that is included as one page within the course information module. The last subsection here is copyright clearance. And basically the committee is looking for a verbal confirmation that you have the right to use the content that is included in your course site. Whether maybe it's content that you've created, maybe it's publisher content, maybe it's content from a third party, maybe you're using under fair use. We're just looking for a verbal confirmation that you have permission to use that content. Now, anything that you link to, you don't need copyright clearance for. You can embed, say, YouTube videos and things like that, and that's permissible as well. If they didn't want you embedding that content from YouTube or other sites, there is the ability to prevent that from happening so that you can embed it, and that way you know you don't have permission to use it. But if it's available and the embed code is available, you do have the permission to put that content into your course site. And that's it for section 1.